Alright, let's get ready for my review of McIntosh MHT300 receiver. About half a year ago, I went to McIntosh House of Sound, invited by McIntosh. You can click the video on the top right hand corner. Watch that, it's good. I only did not see the MHT300 receiver, so I requested the unit from McIntosh Labs so I can do a review on it. I'm entering this blind, so I really don't know what's going to happen. Opening the accessories box, I'm glad to see that McIntosh is providing the users with real microphone stand. While there's nothing wrong with it, the inclusion of this puck-style microphone, to me it's puzzling because this is an $8,000 receiver. Why does it come with like a $20, $30 mic? I was expecting a calibrated mic like when you buy an Anthem, for example. But hey, it's not that big of a deal, so let's move on. Inside the other box resides the MHT300 receiver itself. Let's open up. Okay, there's double cardboard. And my faithful friend, instruction manual! Sorry, I can't help it. From there, let's move on to the remote control. It is sleek, it is beautiful, it is functional, it is ergonomic. Too bad there's no backlighting. However, once you calibrate it properly or hire somebody like me to do a proper calibration on your system, you will never need to go up and down in the volume level during the entire course of the movie. So you set your receiver in the beginning of the movie and you'll never need to touch it again until the end of the movie to turn it off. Now we move on to the receiver itself. It looks very similar to other McIntosh product with only one question. Why not the entire panel made of glass? It's $8,000. You should be able to do that. Again, this is just me being nitpicky. There's no real reason they have to have full glass front panel. It's just my preference and that one of those things that just pop in my head and I blurt it out. In terms of connectors, there are 4 HDMI input and 1 HDMI output. There are 2 SPDIF input and 2 Toslink inputs as well. There is no analog input except for the FM, which I don't know a single person who still use FM antenna. No Wi-Fi, no streaming, no Bluetooth, which is okay by me. But the lack of phono input does not sit well to me because phono is on a rise, and McIntosh should have that input available. As far as speaker terminals go, they look beautiful, they are solid, and I don't think I've ever seen these type of speaker terminal quality anywhere outside of McIntosh, I mean. And since we're talking about build quality, let's void my warranty! Opening the top cover, I immediately see this McIntosh board that's facing to the front panel with ribbon cables connected to the main board. You can see a bunch of capacitors there, sitting right next to the EI transformers, the mini one, and another bank of capacitors. Following that, you can find these heat sinks for the Hypex Class D amplification module that claim to be 7 times 120 watts per channel, all channels driven at full frequencies. Considering the previous historical records of McIntosh of never lying about the wattage, I'll take their words at face value. And from those 7, right behind them, here it is, the HDMI input and main board for the MHT300 with Cirrus Logic chip used as the main brain of this entire operation. And from the back of the panel, they say that this entire MHT300 receiver were made in United States. Quite a refreshing take in the world where everything is made in China. There's nothing wrong with stuff made in China, but if we can make some stuff in North America, why not, right? This way we can employ locally and to be less reliant to other countries. Enough with my political rant, let's move on to the sound quality of this receiver. Before I move on further, let's connect everything to the receiver using the new THX HDMI cables that I literally just received today. These cables were designed by PixelGen Design of Canada And from my experience in the last about a decade, PixelGen Design is the only HDMI cable manufacturer that I never encounter any failure. Using these cables, I connected my Kaleidoscape, Apple TV 4K, Panasonic UB9000 4K Blu-ray player, and my NVIDIA Shield Pro to be tested in my home theater that adheres to THX specifications. It is then connected to AudioQuest PowerQuest 303 power filtration and surge protector. To coincide with MK Sound 50 years anniversary, I'm using my MK Sound S150 for the entire bed track, so the 5 speakers, MK Sound V12 Plus subwoofer, and MK Sound SIC95 in-ceiling speakers. And as expected, everything runs smoothly. Unfortunately, the same cannot be said about Dirac. The absolute reverse is what I experienced from Dirac Live, and this is not just me. A lot of people are having problems with Dirac, and it takes easily about a dozen of times before I can get it running properly. This is not a McIntosh problem. This is a Dirac problem. I just wish all manufacturers such as Audio Control, McIntosh, Marantz, Denon, Pioneer, everybody to go up in arms and tell Dirac, we are not going to use your product until your product is stable. The instability of Dirac have been going on for more than a decade. And while I'm always successful in using Dirac, enough is enough. At this point, I just want something that's plug and play, not plug and pray. Moving on, I started watching movies, lots of movies. So far, I've watched almost 24 movies. And I really like the unapologetic sound from McIntosh MHT300. This is not what I expect from a McIntosh receiver. It's better than my expectation. No coloration added, no extra spice, everything reproduced as is. Better yet, McIntosh actually provides an EQ preset that somewhat resembles the room curve of large THX and Dolby cinemas around the world. And it's aptly named, albeit awkward, Action Plus Movie. Even better, McIntosh provides the frequency response representation of this preset. And quite honestly, I use this for everything. Be it for action movie, be it for concert, even to watch my weekly dose of Peppa Pig. So what's my verdict about this receiver? Well, I'm a little bit torn. I'm torn between returning this receiver back to McIntosh or just buy it. On one hand, I still use a very capable receiver. On the other hand, I really want to keep this MHT300. So I need your help. Should I keep it? Please give me your suggestions in the comments down below. And also please click like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for watching and goodbye. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Shut up! Sorry.